It's just my stupid eyeball skin.
I knew you were gonna fuck me.
They never met a little girly whose hair was kind of curly.
Sushi jackknife. 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 Sushi jackknife.
You enjoy the delay effect.
Yeah, I love it.
I enjoy the delay effect.
I want to be... If there is a way I could put delay on my everyday voice, just when I'm talking to people.
Talking. I like a delay where you can take the feedback and turn it all the way up, and then it goes...
That would be fun.
Yeah, you could do that with your own voice.
Yeah.
Be cool.
It would be nice if at work, like when I'm in a meeting or something, I could put like a flange effect on my voice.
Wow. Everybody kind of sounds like that in bad Skype. When
That's
Skype
true.
is going bad, it sounds really warbly.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should just get all the effects pedals.
Yeah, you should do that. And just run them.
Just anytime I'm on a call at work.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably figure out how to do that. Live. Turn yourself into a robot.
Yeah.
I think we should reschedule the meeting.
It's a great idea. One of the better ideas I've had.
So you were telling me about your fucked up eyes?
Yeah. Well, no, not.
Not your eyes not fucked up.
Okay, so I went to the eye doctor after way too long of a period of time. Like an irresponsible.
You said like 4 years.
An irresponsible amount
That's
of time.
way too long. You're an adult. What are you doing?
Not going to the eye. My glasses still worked and were on my head and were not falling apart, so I hadn't gone yet.
Yeah.
Again, irresponsible choice.
I've mostly known you with those glasses.
Yeah, you've known them for a while.
This is quite a change.
Yeah, so I have a different face now.
Yes.
So I went to the eye doctor and hadn't been in a while. And I was like, okay, my left eye feels okay, but my right eye's a little blurry. I spend a large amount of my day looking at a computer.
Right.
My eye is probably suffering the consequences of me staring at a computer followed by me staring at a TV.
Right.
It's not good. So it turns out my eyes had gotten better.
Oh, what?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So I have astigmatism.
Okay.
Which, if you don't know, what it does is it kind of like misshapes the lens to your eye.
Okay.
And that's why things look weird.
Okay.
So apparently, and this is the grossest thing to think about to me ever.
Okay, great.
Just like how your skin sheds over time, your eyeball lining sheds over time. So with astigmatism, it can get worse or better at random because it's essentially you've lost part of your eye lens.
Right.
And the part that grew under it is a little bit less misshapen or more misshapen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So apparently it's just my stupid eyeball skin. And that's the reason I have to have glasses.
Well, there you go. So I've never really known this. Is it a space stigmatism?
Don't ask me. It's astigmatism.
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 Okay.
That's all I know.
I don't know either.
I'm not an eye doctor. They tell me this and I go, right on.
But I've never seen it in words.
Yeah.
I've only heard people say it. Mm-hmm. So I don't...
It doesn't exist in writing.
Oh, that's how that works.
Yeah,
Okay.
they've never actually written the word out.
It's the most mysterious eye disease.
They also, this was the first time I'd ever had this happen.
Did they blow the thing in your eye?
Oh, no.
Okay.
They don't do that anymore.
They don't do that anymore?
At this eye doctor, they don't do that anymore.
Oh, okay.
Which I was fully expecting it.
Yeah.
I hate the eye.
Oh, it sucks.
The eye puff is the worst.
It's no fun.
It feels like a torture idea from the Middle Ages. Like, we're just going to hold your eyeball open and blow air into it.
That'll determine if you're a witch.
So, no, there was a different test for that.
Okay.
But she took a picture of...
Oh, yeah.
like the inside of my eye.
Yeah.
Which I guess I've had it done. I've just never looked at them before.
Yeah.
That's weird stuff.
There's a lot of veins and little...
It looks like something NASA would take that would start launching a bunch of alien conspiracy theories.
Yes.
It's very weird.
Like the photo. If the photo got out. Like...
Tom DeLonge would find this photo, publish it, and then everyone's waiting for them to come crash landing onto the earth.
Tom DeLonge is just... I feel bad for him because it's got to be hard not to sit down every time he plays the guitar and not go... da 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 da.
How many Angels and Airwaves songs do you think he's had to trash because he realized it was just that guitar riff again?
Just the same song. What's that? What's the name of that song? That's
Adam's song.
Adam's song. Yeah, Adam's song. Which is a great song. Great song, but you know, it's like I could just see him sitting there going, "Okay, what if I went da da da?" No,
That doesn't work.
Still too samey.
I mean, it's Angels and Airwaves. Let's just put a bunch of effects on it. No one will notice.
That did seem like the general approach.
Yeah.
For those albums.
Get as many effects on the guitars as possible, and it really doesn't matter if you're just straight jacking a Blink-182 riff or not. No one's going to notice.
Just put a delay on it, right, Nathan? Delay. DeLonge.
Ooh.
Delay.
How vindicated, though, does Tom DeLonge feel at this point?
What do you mean, because there are aliens?
No, because so he left Blink-182.
Right.
Like, I'm going to find all this stuff about aliens. And everyone's like, you crazy Tom DeLonge. Oh, look at this guy. And and he's like, no, I'm serious. There are aliens. And everyone made fun of him.
Yeah.
And then his little company unveiled, like, they found stuff about UFOs.
Oh, they did? For real?
Yeah, they found, like, there was stuff in government documents about UFOs.
Oh, shit.
Now, obviously, that doesn't prove they're aliens.
It doesn't prove that they're actually aliens.
But it proves that he actually did something. And if I were Tom DeLonge, I would go to every Blink-182 show I could just to point and laugh at people.
Told ya. I
was right, and now you're stuck with the guy from Alkaline Trio.
Boy, it's hard to lose one person in a 3-person band.
Yeah, especially someone who had a very distinctive voice.
Yeah, and probably wrote it most or half, at least half.
I
of
would
the
say
songs.
at least half. Yeah. Although I don't know that he wrote the better ones.
I don't either. I don't know who wrote what in that band.
But losing the nasally part of Blink-182.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a shock there.
Sure.
I'm sure that All the Small Things sounds very different now.
The Alkaline Trio guy is like angrier too, right? So
yeah,
it's probably yelling it more.
Well, and I mean he has very much the same voice as Mark Hoppus anyway. Like they
okay, so they're samey.
They're pretty samey to me, and so doing All the Small Things where it's just all the very, very different song now.
Yeah, that is kind of what it's like. The whole pop punk thing. Those tunes were coming out when we were teenagers, right?
Yeah,
so now those guys were probably 10 years older than us when they were making that stuff.
At least,
yeah. And so now they're in their 40s, pushing 50.
Yeah.
And they're still doing these songs. It's like, it just doesn't age well, does it?
Well, and that's another reason Tom DeLonge should get to go to Blink-182 concerts and laugh at people. Because, like, I don't know if you remember, like, the self-titled Blink-182 album.
Yeah, the one they got back together and made?
Yeah, where it was kind of darker and better music.
I remember it being good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
And then he left, and now they're back to writing songs that are essentially like, my homeroom teacher is really mean to me. So he should get to laugh at people for that too.
Didn't he have another band? Was it Boxcar Racer? That was another of his bands.
Yeah, that was like a real sad sack band. I'm not going to say it was an emo band. Yeah. Because it wasn't emo.
Yeah.
But that was one of those where you're like, what happened to you?
Well, You know,
has been being in Blink-182. Has it been that rough for you since? Oh boy!
I wonder how many people now are regretting the decision that they made to buy one of the Blink-182 signature guitars or basses. Because, like, the thing about their... And I kind of, you know, I appreciate this, you know. I mean, I'd be happy to have one. But theirs were, like, more minimal versions of, like, I think probably a Strat or a Telecaster and then, like, a P-Bass.
Well,
you know?
The worst signature guitar is... and anyone who bought this is an idiot. And I will stand by this forever. Because I remember seeing this in... Guitar Center stuff.
Yeah.
Pete Wentz from Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, that's right.
Had his custom Squire,
right?
P-Bass.
Yeah.
It didn't even have... It just had a volume knob.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only knob on the entire thing.
It's pretty
You
silly.
can control volume, and that's it.
Forget about
Come
it. Come on.
To take a Squire bass and remove features from the cheap version of the bass.
There were not a lot of features to begin with. 2 knobs.
Yeah.
He went from 2.
It's like we don't even get tone anymore. We're stuck with the tone.
Yeah.
Okay.
The tone is locked in.
Great.
I mean, to be fair, tone knob usually all the way up.
Well,
so I hope they left it in that position and not in the dull position.
It's Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
It's probably the exact opposite of what you want it to be at.
You're right. You're not wrong about that.
Yeah. They most likely looked at what everyone would want and went, let's go the opposite.
No.
I'm a rebel. I'm going to do something different.
I'm a rebel, yeah. Contrast that with today. I listened to The Pretenders for a while and was just reminded how great The Pretenders are.
Yeah. But Fall Out Boy, right?
Yeah.
Sugar, we're going down swinging.
Yeah. Number 1 with a bullet.
Yeah.
Loaded Gun Complex?
Sure.
Cock it and pull it.
I
remember hating them even as they were coming out.
Yeah,
I did not. I mean, that was. I don't want to talk myself up as being cool.
No,
but I actually didn't like them when they came out.
I didn't either, and this has always been my line, as like from childhood until now.
Yeah,
Blink-182 is like the line of where I can handle.
Yes.
Pop punk.
Me too.
Anything poppier than Blink-182, you're gone.
I'm out.
So, Fall Out Boy,
too much.
Gone. Yeah. I'm trying to think of some of the. There were so many of them for a while.
Bowling for Soup.
I
always remember them because
they're out for a lot of reasons.
Worst name.
Yeah. Simple Plan. Remember Simple Plan?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, they were out hard. They were out immediately. No second thought.
No second thought. And this doesn't include this is a different genre than what am I trying to say? The screamo and emo bands. This is a whole other thing.
Yeah, no, this is very different.
This is just that. Yeah. I mean, they're right. They're in the same ballpark.
Right.
But they're different. Yeah.
Right. If you can add some shrieks in, then I feel like you're probably not getting radio play, and so then I like you slightly more than Simple Plan.
But Blink-182, basically are like a pop. They're writing like pop songs, more or less.
They're pop punk.
But yeah.
But anything below them is pop punk.
Pop punk.
Too many pops.
Yeah. Which I do like and appreciate them. There are times when I pull it up.
You don't want to listen to it all the time.
It's not my all the time music.
If it's your all the time music,
you're stuck in the past. Man.
Yeah, you're like Mark Hoppus writing songs about being in high school when you're in your 50s now. So
trying to figure out how to get that next do be a different note than the other one. They really knocked it out of the park with Adam's song. It's so good.
Yeah.
He sings that one, doesn't he? Yeah, I think Mark sings that one. Yeah.
It isn't very nasal, so that's how you can tell. He sang for a while. It was like he sang all the serious ones.
Yeah. It was like that. Yeah.
and Tom DeLonge because his voice is like this, sang all the others.
Yeah.
And then he went to Angels and Airwaves, and all of a sudden his voice was weirdly airy and unpleasant. And I was confused by it.
Yeah, he did change it up, though. That's true. Interesting. Little divulsion.
Yeah.
Diversion.
I cannot think of any, like, regardless of decade, any band poppier than Blink-182 that I have enjoyed.
Oh, regardless of genre?
Yeah, I can't.
Well,
I think they are my musical line.
I could kind of see that. I don't know. I haven't thought about that particular question, but I mean, I like straight up pop music sometimes. It depends on what it is. I like Madonna. I do. Look, she's right up there, Nathan. I like, and I can appreciate on some level, even like more current stuff. You know, like I liked some of the Katy Perry tunes.
Oh yeah, like I forgot about your Maroon 5 Tramp stand.
No, I fucking.
No, you love Adam Levine. I hate Maroon 5. So for those who don't know, Justin,
I'm gonna crack another beer while you tell this fake story.
He will go on and on about Adam Levine's genius and songwriting ability. I mean, it's been hours before that you've talked about. I think it's the falsetto. I think you love the falsetto the most.
You know what I genuinely dislike?
His falsetto?
No, falsetto in general, for the most part, in men. In general. Like, that was a big hurdle for me with Coldplay. There's a lot of falsetto.
Yeah.
And I mean, I like some. I'm not crazy about Coldplay.
Well, Coldplay lost me when they went from being a ripoff of Radiohead, to being a ripoff of U2. When they crossed that line,
exactly what happened.
Then I'm not interested anymore.
Yeah, what's up with okay? U2 did a very particular thing, like it or not. All that. This is the delay episode.
Yeah.
All that delay DeLonge on guitars.
Yeah.
Edge came up with that.
Yeah.
Like he basically plays along with the delay. Right? And he had a whole fucking rack of shit to do it with because it was the 80s.
Yeah, a very bizarre I think it's that It Might Get Loud documentary.
Yes.
That they show what he's actually playing on Where the Streets Have No Name.
Right.
And it's just like a straight chord.
Yeah, but it sounds insane because he's got all this stuff going on.
Yeah.
That's the documentary, if you don't know it, with him and Jack White and from Led Zeppelin. Oh, Lord. This is bad.
We're going to get fired for this.
We're definitely getting fired from podcasting for not remembering the guitar player's name from Led Zeppelin.
I mean,
it's Jimmy Page. Thank you. There we go. Thanks, brain.
There you go.
So... yeah, that's the documentary. Anyway, but yeah, Coldplay, you're exactly right. They did do that.
They crossed the line.
They were like a folkier... I mean, actually, now that I think about it, their first record is kind of similar to like the Bends in terms of Radiohead records.
Yeah.
There's a lot of acoustic guitar. There's a lot of acoustic guitar on the Bends.
Yeah. They wanted to be Radiohead.
And then they changed.
And then they wanted to be U2.
And they don't do either of those as well as those bands do them. Right.
They were second-rate Radiohead, and they went, well, that's not working for us. What if we try to beat U2? And then everyone went, hey, they're like U2 now, but not as good.
I genuinely like some Coldplay songs. Like I'll put on The Scientist, or I'll put on Viva La Vida. I like that song.
Oh, see, I don't like Viva
La Vida. The strings are great. And there's others. I really like that record, Rush of Blood to the Head. I think that's a pretty good record.
That would be in their Radiohead era.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you like the Radiohead era of Coldplay.
Except the drummer didn't, like, he wasn't a drummer to start with in Coldplay. So the drums are always pretty basic, straightforward.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that, but the drummer in Radiohead is amazing. Yeah. It can play,
like I said,
anything.
They're not as good.
Right.
No one thought that Coldplay was as good as Radiohead. I mean, I'm sure someone did.
Some very misguided person.
Yeah.
I once had a person tell me, now this is going to make your music person guts just tremble a little bit. This person loved Radiohead. Okay. This was a person older than me, by the way. Loved Radiohead. Did not like the Beatles. I don't see how those two things can coexist in a human being.
Well, so what did they like pre-Radiohead?
Wait, what did I say? Did I say Radiohead? I meant Coldplay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they loved Coldplay. Did not like the Beatles. I just don't see how that can exist inside a person. I'm not saying it's a requirement to like the Beatles.
No.
But if you like a band like Coldplay, you must understand that they only exist because the Beatles were there before.
Did they have at least an appreciation of the Beatles?
No, they just did not like the Beatles.
See, that's the line I don't... Like, I know there are people who don't like the Beatles.
And that's fine.
You don't have to like the Beatles. You don't have to
like the Beatles.
But you do, if you want to be a music person, have to appreciate the fact that the Beatles did the thing that they did.
Right.
Like, for instance, I don't appreciate Elvis at all.
Right.
But I do have to appreciate that Elvis changed something around music.
Absolutely.
Not as much as he gets credit for, but something around
he gets a massive amount of credit.
Way too much credit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with you.
He's not Chuck Berry. That's all I'm saying.
No, he didn't invent
Chuck Berry did
rock and roll. Yeah.
But everyone
I mean, that's arguable too, if Chuck Berry invented rock and roll. He certainly helped it along majorly. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. But yeah, I mean, you don't have to like the Beatles, but if you're a music person, you at least need to appreciate it on some level.
Well, I mean, and flipping it around to a more current day example.
Okay. Oh boy. This can't be well. This can't go good.
If you like rap.
Yeah. I knew you were going to go there.
You have to appreciate the fact that Run DMC existed.
Yes.
You don't have to listen to Run DMC.
No.
Because it does not hold up.
No. No, it's not. You must contextualize it.
Yes. Although I will say that my child constantly requests Tricky.
Oh, I love Tricky.
That's all he wants to listen to outside of Cuckoo Kangaroo these days.
There's a lot of DNA between there. If Cuckoo Kangaroo does not appreciate Run DMC, then fuck them.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing modern white boy version of Run DMC
for children.
Yeah, for children. Yeah. It's a very interesting combination of things.
Songs about cats instead of songs about it's tricky to rhyme on time. To rhyme on time, that's right on time. It's tricky. How's it? It's tricky. Yeah. Tricky. They
never met a little girlie whose hair was kind of curly.
I mean, I do love some Run DMC though. It's not like often on my playlist, but you must.
Well, I mean, there's like 5 songs that still carry over,
well,
then the rest of them, you're like,
nah, I'm good. You remember that hard period they had too? Like I think it was in the 90s when gangster rap
when they were trying to be
relevant again.
That's not
no.
You should have taken a lesson from the Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
Did the Beastie Boys try to adapt to that? No, because they couldn't do it.
That's right. Stick to what you know. Stick to what you know.
They knew exactly what they couldn't do, and they didn't do that thing.
You know who did? I mean, kind of they did. I mean, the Tribe Called Quest was always conscious or whatever, right? But like that last record they did, we'll take it from here or something that, it's fucking awesome. Like, and it was hard and loud and really good. I didn't know one of their older songs, but my buddy Greg introduced me to it. I left my wallet in El Segundo. Have you ever heard that one?
No.
I left my wallet in El Segundo. I left my wallet in El Segundo. Pretty sure that's Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, I like it.
I think so. Yeah, it's a fun song.
It's anyway. So you have to appreciate what they did.
Yeah.
If you like essentially any rock band.
Essentially exactly.
You have to at least appreciate that the Beatles existed.
That's correct. It's the same argument as Chuck Berry. You have to appreciate Chuck Berry. You don't have to listen to Chuck Berry.
No. But I mean, do I sit around and listen to Chuck Berry?
No, you don't. No.
I never.
No.
Anytime I've ever listened to Chuck Berry in my life, it's been like I wonder what Chuck Berry sounds like. Oh, okay.
Roll over Beethoven. Got it. I love that one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
But you don't actively listen to it on the regular.
No. The one thing I did find out about him is he wrote a lot of songs that got covered by other people.
Oh, I'm sure he
you
did.
almost would never know.
Probably by Elvis.
Well,
and
yeah,
then he took credit for them, and then everyone thought they were his songs. Because he's white, and that's how it works.
I do want to educate the public in one way here, because I happen to know a little bit about Elvis.
Yeah.
It's part of my life. Anyway, know this about Elvis Presley. Mm-hmm. He never wrote a song that we know of. He certainly never recorded a song that he wrote.
Yeah.
I'm sure he walked around the house and sang dirty things to Priscilla. That aside,
all the songs he wrote were just like those songs from the guy who's wandering around the house, like, gonna get my laundry,
Right.
do.
Gonna shoot my TV.
Barbiturates, hey.
How many should I take, Doc? Never mind. I got this. Someone get me a beer.
Elvis, this is what I've said for my entire life, essentially.
Yeah, you came out of the womb.
Yeah. Elvis deserves credit for bringing mainstream attention to rock and roll music.
Yes.
And that is where I will stop giving him credit.
Yeah. Well, I think he was a great pop star.
Yeah.
You know, he was maybe one of the first great pop stars in the sense that he could sing his ass off. Mm-hmm. Now, not everyone likes his voice. I like his voice a lot.
I'm not a fan.
He could sing in any genre, you know? Like, there's records of him just doing country songs.
I will say, I like his voice more outside of rock.
Yeah.
When he's singing other songs that he didn't write.
And he did love R&B. And
yeah, he
did
love stealing it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
The views expressed on this podcast are solely my own, are not to be attributed to my co-host or anyone else. But Elvis is a thief. All right.
I mean, Elvis is a good jumping off point to have a wider cultural conversation.
Yeah.
How about that?
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah.
Because
he was white and he stole a bunch of things from black artists.
Listen, I'm not going to argue that.
And then he got all the credit for it?
Well, listen, I'm not arguing that.
No, okay? I'm not saying you are.
I'm not.
I'm just saying that this irrefutable fact that I'm presenting right
here. Despite all that, I'm still a fan. All right?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, Nathan.
Yeah, and he did make music.
Cool.
So that's where I stand on him.
Let's talk about some other stuff.
Okay. So what musical icon should we bash for a while now?
Oh, that's a good idea. That is fun to do. I don't know. I do have something I was going to tell you about that I know you're going to make fun of me for.
All right.
Now, I want to...
I love making fun of you,
I know,
so I'm very prepared for this.
One of the things you're best at in life.
It's actually on my resume.
Skills.
Special skills, mocking Justin.
And they go, who's this Justin?
Do you have a Justin? I will take the job. I will mock them.
In fact, we have 45 Justins. Well,
line them up.
I'm going to need to get around. So I've been doing this thing. Mm-hmm. And I want you to know, this is my preface. I don't take this seriously.
Oh, boy.
However,
I
was intrigued enough to give it a shot after watching a documentary. Now, how many things in my life, your life, our lives, have been shaped by watching a documentary? I would say a lot. I've taken significant life actions post-documentaries.
don't know that I've taken... I don't know that I would say I've taken significant life actions.
Okay.
I will say that based on information received from documentaries, viewpoints have changed.
There you go.
Not necessarily actions taken because of them, but, you know.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
They can be life-altering.
But, I mean, we're two very different people.
We are.
In the sense that you will watch anything
Right.
And be like, oh, wow! You watched Terminator 2, and you thought that was a documentary and took it very seriously for a while.
I was really scared of liquid people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's concerning.
A lot of dreams about nude Schwarzenegger showing up in my house.
Well, I had those too, but that was very different. It's very different.
You wake up and you're stuck to the sheets. What happened?
Schwarzenegger! I have to do laundry again.
I got Schwarzeneggered.
What's your documentary?
Okay, so this is a terrible documentary.
Okay.
I put it on my Prime list because I was intrigued enough. Okay. It's called Third Eye Spies. Don't stop me.
Okay.
It's still on Prime Video. You can watch it right now if you want to. It's not a great documentary in the sense that it wasn't very entertaining.
Good start.
Yeah,
okay.
And it wasn't shot in a way that I found shot or edited in a way that I found particularly compelling.
So your review here is that this documentary is neither entertaining nor well done.
Right, but it did lead me down a path. Contrast that with a great documentary I watched the other day, which I may have told you about, and I'm sure a lot of people have probably already seen or heard about. It's also on Prime, called Jasper Mall. That's a great documentary.
Yeah, you did tell me
very
about this,
compelling,
yes.
Very like slice of life, mixed with a larger conversation.
And that inspired you to go get a job at a failing mall.
I did, yeah. I'm now working at Annie's Pretzels.
There you go.
I am rubbing my balls on all the pretzels. Helps the salt stick. Yeah.
That's the secret.
That's right.
That's why Annie's is a little bit different than everyone else. The views expressed on this podcast are mine alone and do not express the views of anyone else associated with the podcast regarding pretzels. Go ahead.
But I do put my balls on pretzels at Annie's in the mall in Nashville. You guess which one.
Yeah. They're the ones with a little extra tang.
So Third Eye Spies.
Third Eye Spies.
So I have heard about this before. There was The Men Who Stare at Goats. Remember that movie?
Uh-huh.
And there was a book that came out before that where this guy, John Ronson, who's written a lot of successful books about weird shit, wrote about these people that the military / the CIA were training to remote view in, I'm doing finger quotations. Yes. Basically, they would sit around and try to see things happening in Russia or whatever other hostile country.
And it worked exactly as well as you think it did.
That's right. So I'm watching this document, and this is not about the military side so much. This is about there was like a Stanford research group in the CIA. They got involved with the CIA. Anyway, at one point in the documentary, the argument is being made that maybe everyone has ESP ability to some level or another, and maybe we can train it to train people to bring it out, right? So there's an app.
Oh, good Lord.
It was a free app.
Okay, well, that's a good start.
It's called ESP Trainer.
If I found out that you were paying $4.99 a month for this app.
No. So the object of the app is you have 4 squares.
Okay.
A green, a yellow, a red, and a blue. And you have 24 chances to tap this right square that has a picture behind it. If you tap the right square, the phone dings, and you see the picture. If it doesn't, you hear a clicking noise, and it shows you which one was the right square. So when you pick the right one, it goes like, well, that, but you didn't hear the ding. It vibrated. It's the Eiffel Tower. I picked the right square.
Okay, so you randomly selected the correct square.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And as you go along, you're going to hear that little click a lot, because you're going to pick the wrong one.
Man, your ESP is terrible.
Yeah. So, there was a one. That was a good one. We've got some Pueblo encampments there. That was the image. So if you get...
Shouldn't you have already known that before you...
Right. I should have.
Looking?
So I was intrigued by this for about 2 days, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to delete it. I just left it on long enough to talk to you about it. But I did this a lot this week.
And how much stronger would you say your ESP got through this training?
So if you get 6 out of 24, you get a little message as you go along if you do well. 6 out of 24, it says, a good beginning, period. 12 out of 24, or like 11, something like that. It says ESP ability present. So I've got that. So okay. I have ESP ability. Nathan.
Yes, I'm sure you do, yes.
If you get more than that, it says useful in Las Vegas. To which I said, I don't care. I'm not going to go gamble.
And if you get 24 out of 24, it says, be expecting a knock at your door shortly.
You know what it actually says?
What?
It says if you consistently score, this is in the information in the app. If you find yourself frequently scoring 12 or more, write to the developer at his website. They want to talk to you.
Well, now I want you to keep doing this.
Just to see what happens.
And see if you can consistently get 12 so you can find out what this developer wants.
That's what I want to do. I want to take this further if I can. I'm pretty sure... I can't say that I've gotten better. I don't have a gauge.
There's not a skill.
For that. There's no skill involved. Except the one skill that might be involved.
Yeah.
Is maybe the selection isn't truly random and there's some granularity of pattern in there.
I mean, I guess if you could predict the pattern.
If you could somewhat catch on to the pattern, then I think you could improve your score.
So here's what I want you to do.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever heard stories about Rivers Cuomo. When he,
from Weezer, yeah.
Yeah, when he lost his mind after Pinkerton and painted his walls black and then was trying to map out the perfect pop song.
Oh, I forgot about all that stuff.
Okay, so he had notebooks that he filled with just notes tracking all these different things.
Wow.
Okay, so I want you, first off, paint all the walls in here black.
I could do that.
And get some notebooks. I want you tracking all of the patterns on this app.
All right.
To figure out how to perfect your score for this app.
I would like to see what happens. Do you think I could just lie? You think I don't
know. There's a good chance the guy would know you're lying with his ESP and all.
That's true. Also, what if he listens to the show?
If you listen to the show, developer of this app, we'd really love to have you on.
It
would save us a lot of fraudulent ESP work if you could just come tell us what you want.
We've had very few guests on the show. It would be an honor.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're approaching 200. You could be on that one.
Oh, man.
Anyway, so this is all bullshit.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to know that I know it's bullshit. I was still curious enough to download it and try it.
You know how this works, though, with you, right?
I know how it works.
So right now, you're at the, I know this is bullshit.
Right.
Area. Right. But there's a 50% chance.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That a month from now.
I know.
You're going to be talking about this because you're still doing it because... I don't know. There's a chance.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I tried it out of curiosity. But then after I got the little message that said ESP ability present, I was like, oh, it's fucking on. And I have been trying to figure out how to pick the right one, how to feel it.
Well, what you need to do is you just tap into your senses.
Right.
You're thinking too much.
Well, I know. I'm aware.
There's no thinking involved. It's like the Force.
Oh, it's like the Force.
Yeah, it's like the Force. What you do is you just want to close your eyes and then just get going.
That was the right one again.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, close my eyes. Closing my eyes.
Okay.
All right. I'm feeling like it's red. Nope.
No, see, you're feeling. Don't feel.
Okay.
Just close your eyes and select one.
Okay. All right. Not blue.
No, see, you're thinking you shouldn't know what color.
No. Okay, closing my eyes.
Yeah. See?
Whoa! See? Nathan! That was a cliff.
Yeah. I knew it was a cliff. Because of my ESPN.
And I gotta be honest, in this documentary, towards the end, they show them doing like seminars with large groups of people. Not super large. Groups of people.
Is this like a sex cult situation?
I didn't hear anything about that, but who knows?
I feel like if you were wanting to start a sex cult, a good place to start would be the people who believe they have ESP.
I knew you were going to fuck me.
I knew all of this was going to happen.
Oh, wow. I saw this orgy coming.
It feels like a Dateline episode.
No, I know it does. I know.
It would be a solid Dateline episode, actually.
Yeah, it would. It wouldn't be bad.
For the sake of America's entertainment.
We could go down some roads.
Yeah.
We've gone down weird roads before. We had our tarot read.
Yeah.
Which, I got to tell you, my wife gave me a hard time about that because she was...
Did she think that...
She had some antiquated ideas.
The Satan was going to get you?
She had some antiquated ideas.
The Satan?
And now she's done it.
Yeah.
Now she doesn't think it's a big
And
deal.
she realized that it's nonsense.
It's just people with cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I would like to start doing tarot readings for people because...
Oh, it would be fun.
It's... You can do whatever you want.
Nathan, I know we don't need another podcast, but that sounds pretty good.
Just giving tarot readings to people?
You specifically.
I would do it.
And I will... We could have... Let's try it.
How much are tarot cards? Let's see if it's worth it.
Like $20.
Have you actually priced these out?
Oh, yeah, I looked before.
I want good tarot cards, though.
You could also just get shitty ones.
No, but if I'm going to do it, they're going to be good. I want these Luna Somnia tarot cards from Etsy for $55.
Are those like handmade or something? All right,
I don't know
Sushi
what they are.
Jackknife listeners, send us all $1.
Or I could go the opposite direction and go to Walmart.com to get the Megaxif
That sounds right.
tarot deck.
Yeah. How much is that?
$12.29.
All right, we can probably swing that on a Sushi Jackknife budget. Sushi Jackknife listeners, there is a donate button in every episode show notes. Donate, so we'll buy Nathan some tarot cards.
Oh, here, this, if we go to Wish...
Wish is bullshit. Don't do Wish.
No, but we can get them for $3.23.
But Wish is bullshit. You're gonna
tarot is too.
You're going to get a pack of... apologies to T, by the way, because I know she does some tarot. And she was going to read our cards at some point. I think she did. She did. She emailed. She did mine. She emailed me. Thanks for that.
I mean, I just don't...
And I'm sorry.
I still think it's a useful tool.
I think it's a useful tool, too.
So we explained this before.
Yes. We think it's a useful tool in the sense that it's like an intuition thing. Right?
It basically... clears your mind.
Yeah. Gives you something to focus on.
Right. And so if you had a decision to make.
Yeah.
I see how it would be useful. Because by having the cards, it's just like, well, I want that.
Decision made. Because working off the premise that we have.
Yeah.
That life is meaningless.
Right.
Does your decision really matter one way or the other?
Right.
No. However, if you're having trouble making the decision, use the cards as a tool to help you make the decision.
It's
like anything else.
Yeah. It's okay. So like I give you and many of our other friends crap for the Enneagram.
Oh, you certainly do.
The Enneagram's not a completely worthless tool.
Oh, wow.
If you're using it for self-exploration.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
If it's helping you identify things about yourself,
yes,
that pseudoscience nonsense is helpful.
It's a framework.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what I'm doing, to be fair. I hope you don't judge me.
To be fair.
Don't judge me too harshly. Because I'm not walking around going, you're a 6.
Right.
That's what you're like.
That's what some people are doing.
I know, and I'm not doing that.
I won't list them, but some people are doing that.
You know who you are.
Yeah. The minute... So that... And tarot, it's the same thing with this. The minute you start trying to force it on other people...
Sure.
Is where it crosses the line into a completely worthless nonsense thing to me. Anything like that.
Yeah.
Anything that's meant for yourself.
Right.
If you start
pushing it on people.
You have to do it now.
Right. You're going to get so much out of this.
Yeah. Then it's no longer serving its purpose.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think that is the case with basically any belief system.
Yeah, that's very true.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, the difference with science is we got stuff to back it up. So
Yeah.
you should believe it because we can show you shit to tell you it's true.
Right.
Right?
It doesn't matter if you believe or don't believe science.
No, it's still
Because
there.
if you don't believe gravity exists, that's still a thing that's
right,
happening.
it doesn't matter. Your belief has no impact.
It's the stuff outside of that
Right.
where believe it, don't believe it, whatever.
Whatever.
If as long as your belief outside of that isn't damaging other people,
Sure.
fine.
Well, and yeah.
Who cares? It helps you figure out things about your life, figure out
Yeah.
things about yourself. Good.
Like, I think crystals are ridiculous.
Yeah.
However,
If they help you, fine.
fine.
I will mock you,
Well, sure.
but that's because I don't believe in them, and
Right.
you know that.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Yeah, it's anything like that.
I completely am with you. I'm sorry if I looked a little distracted because we've had a mouse in our house and I just saw him.
Oh, really?
And so now I have some insight as to how he's getting in.
By crawling?
Right. But how he's getting in, I assume it's a male mouse.
Why do you assume it's a male mouse?
Because
Are you
I'm a
sexist?
chauvinist. Yeah.
You know,
That's right.
female mice can break into houses too, sexist.
I'm sure they're great at it, but I just feel like this
Female mice can do whatever men mice do.
Right. But this is a guy mouse. That's just based on my intuition, and let me remind you. Let me
your
remind you.
ESP
My
I'm sorry,
ESP ability
I
is
shouldn't have questioned.
pretty high. Third time's the charm. Fourth time's the charm. There we go.
There we go.
You know what I have noticed?
What?
Not to ruin this app for anybody else out there. If you,
That's nonsense?
well, it often does the same color a couple of times in a row.
Okay.
I have noticed that.
Man, Wish sells a lot of tarot cards.
Wish sells a lot of stuff, but you don't want any of it, Nathan.
Why?
Because it's a scam. You order you'll
What
order.
better place to get tarot cards?
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. You can order your tarot cards.
I'm not ordering
See what
any
happens.
of this.
Okay.
They sponsor the Los Angeles Lakers.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's bullshit.
The Lakers have... So the NBA has started putting logos on jerseys, and they have a little Wish logo.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The NBA is hurting that bad, huh?
Oh, man. Well, I don't know that they're hurting that bad as much as they are going... Instead of making $10 billion this year, what if we made $11 billion?
A lot of mustache twirling
Yeah.
going on in the NBA.
Yeah, all of the owners in the NBA, it's 29 people who look like the Monopoly man, and then Mark Cuban. Those
Right.
are the owners
Those are the
in the
ones.
NBA.
Yeah, that's correct.
They all have monocles except for Mark Cuban, who's just there in sweats, like, "What are we doing, guys?" Meh.
Which he's one of the Shark Tank people,
Yeah.
right? Which one is he?
He's Mark Cuban.
Is he got a shaved head?
No,
Okay, that's not that guy.
no.
Okay,
Hold on.
pull him up.
I'm pulling up
Pull
a
him up.
picture of Mark.
I know I'm out of the loop.
He's that guy.
Oh yeah. Okay, that guy.
Yeah, Mark Cuban.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Mark Cuban. Okay, so
Is he related to the Cuban sandwich?
yes.
Okay, good.
He actually his father was a Cuban sandwich, and his mother was a pastrami and rye.
Cool. That is an orgy I would love to see.
So this is Mark Cuban. How Mark Cuban got money to buy an NBA team.
Okay.
So in the 90s, Mark Cuban created a thing that allowed radio stations to broadcast radio over the internet.
Oh.
Which was very futuristic.
A streaming platform?
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. But like in the mid 90s.
Right.
When
So
this
he was
wasn't a thing.
Way ahead.
And so Yahoo bought it from him and his partner for a ton of money.
Okay.
And then promptly that technology was out of date because then satellite radio came along very quickly afterwards and no one cared anymore.
Right.
But he'd already gotten his money, and he could get into the NBA.
Holy shit.
And so he bought the Dallas Mavericks.
Wow.
It's a good example of how Yahoo went bankrupt. It's
I get all my best information from Yahoo Answers, by the way.
Yeah. Yahoo Answers, it's
a great read.
Oh man. If you ever are questioning yourself and feeling bad about yourself,
right,
find a question and look it up on Yahoo Answers and you'll go, wow, I am one of the smartest people.
Yeah, I'm superior to 85% of the human population.
I'm trying to remember what it was. I looked up at one point that a Yahoo Answers pulled. It was like I was having like my elbow was hurting or something.
Okay.
And it was something very mild like that, and I was just trying to figure out like, hey, what's a thing that could be causing this?
Yeah, right.
And the Yahoo Answers stuff that pulled up was all this stuff from someone going, could my elbow pain be a stroke? I don't. That wasn't my question, but while we're here, could it? Okay.
How far did you go with that inquiry?
I didn't go that far. Most of the time with Yahoo Answers, you just look at the initial question and go, I don't care anymore.
It's good.
Here,
good.
Let's look up. Well, for some reason, I typed in Yahoo Answers, and the first thing that it auto-completed to was Yahoo Answers pregnant.
Oh. That's an important thing to know. I can understand why women are looking that up.
Uh-huh.
Am I knocked up? It's a good question.
Let's see. I'm trying to find the question here. Because there is apparently a very famous question from Yahoo Answers about whether a person was pregnant.
Oh, wow. I'm just going to work on this while you're... Hey, it's the pyramid. Got that one right. Pyramid again.
I just want to know what it says. I don't want to watch a whole video.
It's an Aztec pyramid. A lot of pyramids.
Oh, this was the question.
Am I Pegnate?
Am I Pegnate? Help. Am I Pegnate? Help.
Wait. Let's go over the grammar errors in this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
M lowercase I. Pegnate.
2 question marks.
Help! Which, really, before you call for help, you might want to get the answer to whether or not you're Pegnate.
Yeah.
It does seem like you need to know if you're Pegnate before you ask for any sort of help.
Do they have anything about ESP abilities on Yahoo Answers?
You know what? That's a great question, and let's check this out for you.
Inquiring minds want to know, Nathan.
I mean, really, the fact that you're asking is kind of a problem, but... Oh, okay.
Wouldn't I know if I had ESP ability?
Ah! They shut it down as of May 4th.
What? This year?
Yes.
2021?
Yes.
Whoa.
But I want to know the answer to how does an ESP expert send his mail? Oh, this one's in Spanish. That's not helpful.
Yeah.
Come on. Yahoo! The one thing you were good for is being mocked, and you closed down.
It's a bummer.
What's happening on the internet? They're closing down that. Someone said that Charlie Bit My Finger is being taken off of YouTube.
What? What's Charlie Bit My Finger?
I'm sorry, were you never on the internet in the year 2000?
I must have missed it.
It's a video of two British children.
Okay.
One like 2, one 4.
Yeah.
And one of them is Charlie, the 2-year-old.
Okay.
The other one is Charlie's brother.
Okay.
And Charlie's brother goes, "Ouch! Charlie bit my finger!"
Oh, I probably have seen that. That's the whole thing.
"That hurts, Charlie." That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Why is it getting taken down?
Because they sold it as an NFT.
Oh,
you know the whole NFT thing?
I don't know what NFT
the
is.
non-fungible token.
Oh.
So it's...
What?
Have you not heard about this whole NFT fad?
I've seen NFT, but I don't know what it is.
So it's essentially collectible items that are treated like a Bitcoin.
What?
So you, somewhere in a blockchain, now own the rights to whatever.
Okay.
So, they sold the rights to the original Charlie Bit My Finger video? For like $500,000 to some idiot who now owns the rights on a blockchain.
What?
Yeah.
And so... Wait. And so now... Okay, so now that video is taken basically out of public domain.
Yeah. Unless they want to put it back up.
Unless they want...
They can do whatever they want.
Which they could do.
I mean, theoretically.
They could just put it back up on YouTube.
Although I was reading something saying that there's still a question on how copyright works with all this.
Right, because if they're not the content creator...
Right.
Then...
Like, you can sell for instance, like if you had a baseball card.
Yeah.
You could sell a one-of-one baseball card. There's only one copy that exists. It doesn't mean the person owns the copyright to that thing.
No.
It means they own that particular baseball card.
Right. That physical item.
Right.
Yeah.
This is more like that than owning the copyright to a thing.
I gotcha.
It's all nonsense.
Still,
I'm very confused by the whole thing.
It's still very strange. Yeah, I don't 100% understand it, but I'm getting what you're saying.
Oh, no, I don't get what I'm saying. I've learned just enough to sort of understand the idea behind what they are.
Okay, fair enough.
And that's probably where it's going to stop. I'm probably not going to learn more than that. Because I'm not going to buy one.
No, why would you do that? That is also made up bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's worse than anything we've talked about.
Yeah, that's right. Again, wish.com, you can get a pack of tarot cards for $350.
Yeah. You can also go on wish.com and buy an NFT of those tarot cards for $250,000.
That's right. That's how that works. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's a fact.
Basically, the world is insane.
Yeah.
Nothing matters. Mm-hmm. Life is meaningless.
But whatever you want to do.
Try to have a good time.
Yeah, as long as you're not hurting other people, who cares?
You're here.
Yeah.
That's basically, in 180 episodes.
Yeah.
That's what we've come to.
Mm-hmm. It's just don't hurt other people.
I mean, I feel like any more rules than that, and we're setting up a whole thing.
That's true.
And I don't want to set up a whole thing.
How much of a thing would you be willing to set up?
Very little.
Okay.
Very little. I mean, I wouldn't even write anything down. I want to be able to remember it in my head. That's how little of a thing I want it to be.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, because if it's going to be a code that I use, not even a code. A code's a thing. If it's going to be something I live my life by,
well,
I don't want to write it down.
That's really the simplest rule.
Okay.
To me, in any life lesson is don't hurt people.
Yeah. No, that's universal.
That really just boils everything down.
Right. Do what you want,
right,
but don't hurt anybody.
Yeah. Who cares?
That's it.
You
done.
If it's going to hurt someone, probably don't do it.
Yeah.
Unless that person is a bad guy.
Well, see, now we're getting in the weeds.
Right.
Yeah.
Now we have to debate morality. And
right.
Is there really any such thing as good or bad? And
is it all just constructed?
Mm-hmm.
There's no...
Because everyone thinks they're the good guy.
Right. Like gravity exists.
Right.
Because we know it exists. It acts upon us.
That's true.
Morals don't exist.
Right.
How do we get so philosophical? I just want to say dick. Just to take us back to where we...
and to circle all the way back around.
Yeah.
So Mark Hoppus was right.
Wow.
UFOs, man.
Mark Hoppus?
Oh, I'm sorry. Tom DeLonge. Mark Hoppus was never right.
No. He's still not right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sushi jackknife.
Sushi jackknife, dude.